Right, folks, welcome to The Zone. Manchester United 2, Villareal 0. We're through to the Champions League knockout stages. Very nice. So that was Michael Carrick's first game. How did it go? All right, it went in some ways as expected and in some ways not. So to just give some brief thoughts, because I don't think you can't really draw any full-time conclusions for it, right? What happened. If those things kept happening, then you could attribute them to the coach and to patterns and all of this. But based off one game, you can't really draw any conclusions. So we'll just have a chat about how things went. So the first 20 minutes were pretty bad. Couldn't get a hold of the ball, couldn't string any passes together. People didn't really seem to know what they were doing. And to be honest, it was somewhat expected. I think it's a nervous Manchester United. They obviously are terrified of going 1-0 down early. You know, that's like the last thing we wanted, is imagine having all these bad results, firing Ole, and then it carrying on. So I can understand how hesitant they were. That led to Villareal getting on the ball, having shots. And again, David De Gea did really, really well. That's all you can say. Yeah, not the most commanding goalkeeper, but when he's in this form, and he's been in this form for a while now, and he's making the saves, he's a fantastic keeper in that respect. So I was worried for basically the entirety of the first half that Fred and McTominay were out there on their own. Again, I don't think McTominay is a fantastic player, or Fred, but I think with the correct coaching, Fred could become a useful player. I think his ability to pinch the ball, his engine, like he's always running, he's running around, and he can do the simple pass, right? He can be that guy that nicks the ball and gives it to somebody better. There's no shame in that position on a football pitch. When you're playing at the absolute elite level, not every single person is going to be the very best player on the pitch, right? And some people's decision-making can just be, I'm going to win the ball and give it to somebody else. And again, no shame in that. And I think he can do that role given the proper coaching, which obviously is not really receiving, which you could say is down to our coaching staff, tactics, however you want to talk about it. Like, you could say Ole wants these tactics and therefore the coaching staff are helping them implement it. We don't know. We can't say like Carrick has come up with some new idea or something like that. It's way too early to draw any conclusions. So the first half was like really, I would say, like worrying. I thought, oh, here we go again. I thought Van der Beek couldn't get into the game. Sancho was having moments here or there. Wan-Bissaka just was not going forward at all, which hindered, well, pretty much everyone. Same for Tellez. Like, when you fullbacks don't go up, it kind of hinders everybody. And we just weren't really attacking. We were, again, giving the other team possession, which just puts you on the back foot. So a draw's good enough, and a win would have been fantastic. So I can understand the caution. And we get through the first half. It's not great, and I'm looking to see some differences. After some time, I feel like we get a little bit of a foothold into the game. We maybe gain some confidence by the fact we're not down. We're not losing 4-0, 2-0, 5-0, right? That's natural. You're not just going to come out all guns blazing. And we get some passes going. I think Sancho grows into the game. I think Van der Beek had a few spells where he tried to link up with Ronaldo. I felt like he was, again, slightly in that wrong position. They're trying to play him as a 10, like as a direct Bruno replacement, and I don't think he's a direct Bruno replacement. I think he's best where we saw him the previous match, just dropping into that midfield area, really. And eventually we began to link up and have a decent set of possession. And I think what ended up happening, and again, this is where you can't really contribute it to Carrick, you can just say what happened, is we played steady and slowly grew into the game and made simple passes and eventually got a foothold in the game, made some attacking subs and started to actually create some chances and keep hold of the ball. So Fred wins the ball high up multiple times, and eventually when he wins the ball high up again for another time, he pinches it. Quick ball to Ronaldo, kind of like deflection, pass, tackle, however you want to call it. He gets the ball to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo immediately spins and lobs the keeper. Just a brief mention, just to say that Ronaldo is the greatest of all time. He can do it in any country, any league, any team, any setup, any system, any manager, any competition. He will score a goal. I would if aliens came down from Earth and said, look, we need a striker, we need a goal scorer to help beat these aliens, and if you win, we save the human race, I'm taking Ronaldo. He is Mr. Champions League. He just finds a way. This isn't like we're giving him hundreds of chances and he's netting one. No, he's very, very good. The best of all time in terms of finishing for sure at this point. And we go 1-0 up. And I still think Sancho's playing really well. He's growing into the game. He's taking people on. He's also looking for people to link up to, which he doesn't really have. And he doesn't have that insane pace. So he's still finding his feet in the team. And eventually, again, Fred pinches the ball. Ronaldo starts a counter-attack deep, links the play, and then gets the ball back, does a lovely first-time pass to Rashford, who then passes it to Bruno. And I think Bruno stretches to try control it, but ends up passing it to Sancho, if I'm honest. I haven't seen the replay again. That's how it felt. You can let me know in the comments below. And Sancho leathers it in, and you could hear them on the camera because you could hear the audio. They were saying, fucking get in, Sancho. So they're obviously all pleased for him scoring his first goal, and I thought he played well. And then we saw the game out. We took Ronaldo off. We brought Matic on, and we played around, and we had a controlled game. So we grew into it. We slowly started attacking more and more. We got the goals, and then we showed it up. And I think it was a solid performance. And the commentators have been saying, oh, well, where was that? Where was that under Ole? But the thing is, we can't judge it, right? Again, you could say, oh, the entire backroom staff are awful, and that's why we've been awful. Or you could say, well, the manager, the buck stops with the manager. Like, I'm sure if Ole wanted to play 3-5-2 or 4-4-2, the coaches would help the players play those systems, right? So you could argue maybe Ole was wanting to play a certain style, the coaches were trying to implement them, and it just wasn't a good style. And now that Ole's gone, they're trying this much more sensible style. We don't know. It's been a singular game. Again, can't draw any conclusions to it. I can just say what I saw today was a much more controlled performance since the last time I watched Manchester United. I think we should wait until the manager that is available that we want, we get him, rather than rush into it. Because let's be honest, if we go out and we get a manager immediately and we throw in him into versus Chelsea or whoever, and you have a bad result, it could all get killed off immediately. The hype, the excitement, the rebuild, whatever you want to call it these days. I think that we just pause, hang fire, find the person we want, recruit him and get him when he's ready to come. There's no rush. We're not going to win the Premier League. We're probably not going to win the Champions League, let's be honest, or probably any other cups. So just wait and get the right man this time. Whether that means Carrick takes over 2 games or that this is his last match, whatever. So I thought it was a solid performance. I keep saying it, but you can't draw any conclusions. Anyone that is insane, because this might have been Carrick's best ever game that he's ever going to manage, and it turns out he's awful. Or this could be his worst ever game, and Carrick just gets better and better and better. You don't know, because it's been a single game. And again, you can't draw any coaching staff conclusions, because who knows what they've been told. Now, if you have club information and you're like a source and you're inside of the club and you know that Ole's been doing these dodgy tactics and he's been making the coaching staff teach them to the players, and now that they're free, they're going to get better. Okay, but I don't know that. I'm just a fan that watches. I saw a nervous first half. We grew into the game. We crucially got the victory, and we got out of there. Not an easy place to go. And we're through. That's such an important thing, because not only does that ease the pressure on any manager or anything like that, it also means that next game you can maybe play some fringe players, maybe use that as a coaching session if you are a new manager, right? That gives you a little bit of freedom to be like, oh, you know what, I'm going to play Van der Beek for 90 minutes in the Champions League, or Mata, or whoever you think needs minutes, like Lingard, right? Or you can use it as an opportunity to coach your new style. So it was really important that we got that win and got it wrapped up early. So we're not going into the Europa League this year. Who knows if we're going into it next year, because the Premier League is a farce at the moment. But at least Mr. Champions League gets to play in the Champions League for a little bit longer. And that's really all I could think of whilst watching it. I just sat back and enjoyed what I could enjoy. Didn't think about it too much. And that was how I felt about the game. Let me know how you feel. Leave your comments below if you're new. Subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter. Have a great one. 2-0 through to the Champions League. Can't really moan, can we?